Okay, we're going to first start by going to your Launchpad, and we want to find Word. So I have mine grouped. Okay, so we want to start Word. Now, when you start Word for the first time, you will probably be prompted to go through an intro. So you can start when it prompts you to sign in. Go ahead and sign in. You just need your email, your state email, and password, and then just get to a blank document. So today we are going to just hopefully review more than anything. So we're going to go to Insert, and we're going to, if your screen is not maximized, we're going to maximize it. That way you'll get more buttons. So we're going to go to wordart, and we're just going to use the first one. And you can just put your name or just something in there, okay? So here's our wordart. You can move it. Go ahead and resize it, and you can resize it by using the resizing handles, or there is a height and width. But on this shape format, so if you are on your wordart, you should have shape format. If you're not on your wordart, that shape format goes away. Okay, so I'm clicked on my wordart. I'm going to find the button that says text effects. It is not shape effects, it is text effects. So I'm going to hit the down arrow. I'm going to go to transform, and I'm going to click the square option below the word warp. So rather than trying to figure out what font size you need, you can just always make it square, and your text will adjust accordingly. Okay, so we have our name. So now if we go to text fill, I'm going to actually go down to gradient, go to more gradients, and you're going to get this dialog over on the right hand side. Make sure you're on the right options. So we're not on shape options, we want to be on text options. We're going to go to gradient. Okay, yours probably has 4 stops. So to get rid of one, I got rid of the middle 2 prior, so I'm going to click on one, I'm going to hit the minus. I'm going to click on the other one, I'm going to hit the minus. So if I want to change my colors, click on whichever stop I want to change, and I'm going to pick a different color. And it should modify on your text. Okay, I can click the next one, change the color, and I can change these settings. You don't have to just leave them no matter what. Then, staying over here, I can go to text outline and go to solid line. So this is the line that goes around each letter. So I can change the color, I can change the size of it, and if I go to dash type, I can change the type. So my word art looks different. Okay, I can rotate it. Now, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So if I went back to my text effects, and I can also choose that from right here, text effects. Okay, but I'm going to actually choose this one because I want to go to transform again, and transform is not an option on the right. So if I chose the circular one, okay, just because you can doesn't mean you should. You can hardly read it. Okay, so there'll be times when you have a choice. So applying and using correct type of formatting is also part of the class. So I could go to shadow. I could choose a shadow. I can choose the color. Okay, so I can make some changes this way too. Okay, so those are options. Now, if you close this on the right, you don't have to go back to gradient to get there. If you come up to your top menu, your word menu, if you go to format, make sure you're on your object and go to format object. Here it is. But again, are you on shape or text? Okay, so that's word art. So now if you double click somewhere when you have your I-beam, doesn't matter where, okay, if we type in some text on 3 different lines, whatever class you are, okay, go ahead and select them. And I'm going to go up to my bullets, and I'm actually going to define a new bullet. I know you can choose one of the defaults. So if you go to bullet, here's a font, it's on symbol. Okay, if I wanted an alien, I could choose an alien. Or you can also use the font of Webdings or any of the 3 wingdings. Those will give you other different types of icons. Okay, so if I choose a little disc, I can hit OK, and I can hit OK. Maybe. Didn't choose it. There it is. There we go. Okay, and so there's your word art, or excuse me, your text with a bullet. Now notice the spacing. That has to do with your font type of your icon. So sometimes the pictures may not be the best choice. Okay, but that's how you can go about that. And so we just went through these little reviews of sorts. You do not need to save this file. So I'm just going to hit the red dot and choose don't save. Okay, then out in classroom. Okay, yesterday we downloaded this drawing object. So you need to download it. Okay, and then in your Finder, we moved it into your computer apps folder. So here it is. Okay, so if we double click it, it goes to preview, and that's not what we want. Okay, we don't want to open it in preview. We want to open it into Paint. So if you right click, do you get open with, and is Paint an option? If it is, great, choose it. Okay, if it is not, then go ahead and start Paint, and then do a file open. Paint will sometimes have 2 windows open, depending upon how you go about it. So don't be afraid to close the other one that you may not need. Okay. All right. So the directions of what you are going to be doing. You do not have access to this file yet, but here are the directions. Okay. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to pick your comfort level in front of a computer. Maybe it's a Mac. Maybe you've always done Windows, and so now with a Mac, it's a little different for you. So you're going to choose, and it should say 3, not 4, where you fall. So if you consider yourself a red person, you're not going to ask me a ton of questions until you're really stuck. You've already exhausted options. A blue person, you're going to try a couple things, and if it still doesn't do what you're expecting, then you're going to ask. A green person, you want the step-by-step. So you're going to pick one of these shades. You can't be a little red and a little blue. Okay? And so in Paint, in your drawing, you're going to draw a self-portrait of you. So to get additional colors, okay, you're going to choose Edit. You may need to go to your color pencils. So if you are a shade of blue, okay, pick a blue, and it adds it here. Or if you go back to your color wheel, anytime I click, it adds it here. So you don't always have to come to your colors, but you can. I mean, you can leave this open to choose your different shades. So if you have short hair, you can outline your hair using black, but the minute you go to fill it in, you would be using a shade of blue. Your eyes will be blue. If you wear glasses, your glasses could potentially be blue. If we see your ears are drawn. If you have long hair and your ears aren't shown, then you don't have to worry about it. But you will have your eyes, your mouth, your hair, your nose, and then put a shirt on or something. Meaning, if you wanted to make this a football jersey, a Brandon Valley football jersey, and you're a blue person, it's now a blue jersey. Okay? Do not fill in the background. And if you choose to change the skin tone, which is your choice, it's a shade of your color. So you have all these tools, okay? For brushes, you have the different brushes, you have different shapes, different sizes. You can use whichever tools you want, as long as it works to draw you, okay? So it's not homework unless you're gone tomorrow. And then we'll have some time to finish this. So that's with the drawing. Realize Paint does not save automatically. So you can either hit the disk, you can do a Command S, you can go to File, Save. There's your Command S. Okay, so just make sure you save it so you don't lose your work.